I remember when my grandmother was in the hospital. And we were in a room where there were two beds. And she was laying there. And there was a curtain between. And the woman in the next bed was dying of cancer. And the doctor came in to speak to her. And he said, "Look, you have cancer. So do so many millions have cancer and die of cancer daily. And so what if you have cancer?" Is practically what he was saying to her. I don't remember the words because we're talking about 60 years ago or 50 years ago. And in my spirit, I felt like if I could just jump up and punch him in the mouth for the cruelty and coldness of what he was telling that woman. And when the curtain was opened, she reached out her hands in tears. And she reached him out to me and begged me, which she did not have to do. "Please, please tell me about Jesus. Please tell me how much he loves me. Please, please, that's all I want to hear right now, is I want to hear about Jesus." Well, you know me, I'm right there. God knew the person to send, because I will never shut my mouth. But that was the only peace she could receive, was to know that he loved her. I've seen it before, where doctors will come in and they're just so cruel. Some of them are so mean and cruel. Not all doctors. I've been blessed. Boy, when I had a team in my open heart surgery, I saw them in the spirit before I got them, and God told me they were some of the best doctors, especially that one particular one was the best doctor in the whole country. And I still have him today. I've been blessed by this man today. And he would never dare tell me that I need to go back on medicine or I need this. Never. He never did that with me. He always told me, I know my body better than they do. But he was everybody, everywhere you went. And I've been to the hospital hundreds of times. And everywhere you went, every person that mentioned this doctor's name mentioned it with great respect, because that was his reputation. That's how good a doctor he was. And I had been so blessed to have him to be my doctor. And he came on the scene not knowing me. And he came on the scene because I was so bad. I was dying. And he really did a job. And I just thank God that there are people that can hear God's voice. Well, maybe he doesn't believe like me, but I'm going to tell you what, when you have a job of life and death in your hands, you go two directions. You either go into arrogance, that you think you're like a god, or you go into humility like this man did, because he was one of the most humble men you would ever want to meet. And to this day, I will always love him as my doctor. I have been very blessed to have him. So it's not true that you can't be healed through doctors and that you have to have only God. If you're living in that kind of place, then remember, when things get unbearable and you need medicine, take it. It will not harm you. Take it in the name of Jesus Christ and say, I'm taking this because you told me that I can. And then when you get stronger, pray your way out of it. Just like I told many people that were on welfare, pray your way out of it. Don't be satisfied with living like that. Don't be satisfied with barely having enough and it be given to you without working for it. For it takes your pride, it takes everything out of you in order to be like that. Some listened and some don't.